Let's move on. Thank you for posting it in the chat, Aisha. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Yeah, the next part to cover is when we have to correct our children, which can be daunting for some of us, or easy, or like, don't know, not sure. But what I'd like to propose is that we always correct with the intentions of mercy. And how do we do that? Like, just a simple example is like, just to show you that parents, wherever we always want the best for our, other humans, our children, our partners, wherever we are with. And a simple example is, if they're in danger, they're running across the road, they're about to put their hand into fire, we would stop them with any method possible. And even if it's rough or we shout at that time, but it's, for their benefit. And that is the concept that, when we correct, people, we do it for their benefit. But how we do it, that is, in obviously emergency scenarios is different, but on day-to-day life, how we do it makes a huge difference. So no one likes to be corrected or disciplined, but doesn't mean it's not good for them. And a point that's really, my uncle, who's also my teacher, he has so much wisdom, really instilled in me recently through a lot of classes and teaching, was the beautiful teaching from the Quran, which is that, that concept that, we always correct, that we only ever correct our children from the intentions of mercy, as our Lord, for our love for them drives us to want the best for them, even if we do it by force sometimes, or by not the best methods. But if we keep an overall intention of doing it out of mercy, it just changes the whole game of correcting and disciplining. And I'd love for us all to make a sincere intention that we all discipline from now on only out of love and mercy, and never to punish. Because that when we do it from that way, it's, it's good for us and it's good for our children. And it helps for, the people, for all of us who, are very reluctant about disciplining and correcting and think, oh no, but my child will get upset and then they'll cry and then, this. But no, you're doing it out of, mercy for them. And yeah, they'll cry short term or they'll be upset, but that's, part of growing up and part of being human and being corrected. And I believe it also takes you, away from the other extreme where you're too strict and too shouty, because now you're correcting with the intentions of mercy and love, and it's you can't, you stop being that strict, because it's not for yourself at all. It's, you take yourself out of the equation, and it's really for the benefit of the child. Yeah, so when we correct the child's behavior from this point of view, we're doing it out of mercy and not to make us feel better. And that's really, really the important point here, that, it's really for their benefit 100%, and not for us to feel, for us to feel better. It leaves us free to be with our children without always having to do or change something about them in order for us to feel different or better. Our feeling better or different has nothing to do with their behavior. Our feelings, emotions, upset, moods, attitudes don't come from our children. They always come from our own thinking in that moment. And this is what I teach in the inside out paradigm, that, it doesn't matter what the other person is doing, whatever they're doing, whatever your child is doing is not causing your feeling. So when you, go into that place, you can just be there for them and really correct them with love and mercy. And how can I be sure of this? Is because, you know, I've been experiencing this myself and living like this myself over the last 2 to 3 years. And this is the the real deal that changed my life. And yeah, all my coaching is based on this underlying understanding. And it is the missing link to making parenting effortless. So yeah, please come and talk to me and we can go further into this.